Hey guys, this is Patience, and actually today is Friday morning. It's about 2:30 in the morning, and I wanted to share this with you guys. Um, and this is the only reason I want to share it is because if I had this moment that um kind of triggered a time in my life for me. You guys may be having these, I mean, just it's just like self awareness. And it was something that I never really thought about. So I want to kind of set the stage for what happened today. And then I'll tell you well, let me just tell you a little bit on my background, just in case you guys don't remember. I don't know if I mentioned this in a video like long time ago, but I think I have. Um, I don't know if I mentioned when I was 17 or 16 or 17, my teenage years, I had an eating disorder, which had driven me to one end of the spectrum. Um, I would binge eat and I would throw up. That was me. So I was at one point, I wasn't skinny, but compared to what I was 170. I was just unhealthy bulimic. Um, yeah. And then when they had all this thing, back with Tracy Gold, and I saw the video and all that kind of stuff, I knew I didn't want to die. So I knew I had to change that behavior because I was real. I had a time with it. But it was only because I had other issues going on, and that's how I was acting out. So I suffered from depression as a teenager, and I was just in a really bad place. And it wasn't until tonight that I realized the reason for what was going on with me was, I'm trying to get some good lighting, was not due to myself. Um, yeah, because my mom, who's here for Thanksgiving, was visiting and said something that kind of triggered that that part of my life, and um, which I realized she may have been the issue all along, opposed to me. Um, so this is like my therapy session, but in fact, I had a long conversation with Sonia. She didn't know what happened. She just know I left the room. So this is the scenario. I am sitting at the table. We went to Sonia's parents' house for Thanksgiving. I had a good day. I really didn't eat because my band's been kind of tight. So I decided to have a piece of cake, right? It wasn't a big piece, just a little piece. So I'm sitting at the table with Sonia. We're having a piece of cake. My mom's on the other side, and she's eating something else. And she's like, oh, why don't you give me a piece of that cake? Obviously, sweets is your weakness. I was like, yeah, it is my weakness, but I don't need you to point it out. And immediately, I went back to being 17 with just that. And I finished my cake and I put the plate in the sink, and it was like I made an exit. Yeah. And I went into the bathroom immediately wanting to purge. Yeah. Um, and at that point, all I could do was just sit on the toilet and like cry because I knew where I was heading because I had been there before. Um, yeah, I knew where I was heading with this, and like I said, I had been there before, and yeah, so that was like a trigger for me from a long time ago. And here I was about to start that behavior all over again with that one word she said. It's like my self worth went from good to not being good. And I guess this is the mental aspect of that journey because had I not been aware of really what I was feeling, I could have easily went back to that way of unhealthy losing and maintaining my weight because immediately I felt like I was defeated at that point. Here is somebody pointing out that I like cake and that's not good. And I was talking to Sonya, but I hadn't discussed it. I just put the plate in the sink, went to the bathroom, and then I just got in the bed, and that was a wrap. I went to sleep. But when I woke up this morning, I was telling her about what she said. I was wondering. She said, immediately I knew after your mom said that. She said, you wouldn't eat cake the same way you eat cake. She's like, I saw you take those last two bites. And she said, I saw a different person run out the room. She said, had I not known, she said, you made an exit just like somebody who eat and go purge. She said, I thought that, but she said, I wasn't sure of what was going on. I just knew. She said, I thought she was just kind of like, I don't know, she thought I was just kind of like sensitive or I was just being me. But she said, I realized when you was eating that last couple of bites, it's like you just sucked it down, hurried and put the plate down and left the kitchen. I was like, yeah, that's why I went into bulimic mode here, here. And I realized that that was a problem for me and that she was probably my issue with my weight because I have no problems, guys. You know, I have no problems eating cake or anything like that. But that comment sent me to my past. And I almost got there. But I went in the bathroom. I got it out. I was like, oh, I feel this whole bulimic thing coming back. Because immediately I feel like, okay, that is my weakness. And oh, I'm so bad for doing this. I'm so bad for having that piece of cake. And that's not really how I've been doing with my journey. And that's not somewhere I want to go. I don't want to lose my weight with unhealthy ways. It's okay for me to have a cake. I don't surely cake sugar is my weakness, but at this point in my life, I don't think it controls me as much as I want to be healthy. Um so I made this video to say watch what's around you and what people are saying and what triggers you because that was a big trigger for me. And yeah, but I don't, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys. I had a long struggle with that. Yeah, so that's just another piece of me. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving. And yeah, so now that I'm aware, I know I won't be going there because that's not a good place. And thanks for watching.